Where's that?
No, this is where it needs to be.
Okay.
To encompass both of us. Howdy.
Morning. I sound like I'm all Southern. Good morning.
I think it's alright to be Southern early on a Monday morning. We can all be Southern for a minute. We're gonna take a minute and go invite people and share the link to the broadcast. We would love if you would do the same while we're giving people the opportunity to log on. We know it kind of takes a minute, especially on a Monday, to get your brain going a little bit and be like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be watching NailOn and hanging out with the girls. Good old BFF Mel and the fingernail fixer. I'm looking on the Nails magazine page to find the link. If you would, go ahead and reach down and click share the broadcast so that your fellow nail professionals can catch it and leave comments. Today we have a lot of fun going on. We think that you're really going to enjoy this.
We hope it's fun.
Yes, we hope it's fun. And we hope it gives you lots of ideas, because I know this time of year a lot of nail professionals start to struggle. Like, you have those clients that bring in Pinterest, and so you've got to like scramble to get in this crazy design in their appointment time. And then you have those clients that are like, do whatever. Which the do whatever ones are some of my favorites. It's really fun. However, sometimes you're just like, can we just do like what I did on the last person? Because I already know how to do that. So we definitely have some ideas for you for inspiration and motivation. All right, I'm clicking share. Yay, wow, we've got New Zealand and India in the chat room already.
All right.
So hello
Welcome.
to our Americans. Hello to New Zealand and India.
So New Zealand, isn't that like 4 in the morning or something over there?
It's very, very early. That's a really dedicated
Yes,
watcher.
thank you.
So, kudos to you. Like, cheers with our Starbucks. Cheers. Too early in the morning. Oh, yum. All right, so I'm sharing. Now I need to share to my personal page. Looks like we've got a few people that have figured out the broadcast. Oh, it's 6 a.m. in New Zealand. That's
a
really
little better.
early.
That's a little better.
Yeah, it's not as awful as we thought, but it's still really early.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Yes. Share to my timeline. That's what I'm looking for. It's really Monday. I'm just like, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know if I can do I know how to do that? Oh well, close enough.
All right. So I've got it shared to both of my pages. Did you get it shared to both of your pages?
I got it shared to at least one.
Excellent.
You're working
And-
since you're working through the website. I'm working through the app, but I can only share to one at a time.
Perfect. We've got it figured out at least. So I'm going to blow this up so I can see what's going on and read everyone's comments.
There we go.
And I'm going to put my laptop on mute so that I don't hear myself typing and hear myself talking.
Yes, that's distracting.
It's very distracting. Oh, hello from Greece. Awesome. We've got all over the world this morning. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate that comment. And all right. So looks like we've got a good start.
It's 10:40 at night in India.
Oh, wow. She's staying up past my bedtime. That's really awesome. Well done.
Hi, Morgan.
Yeah. Brilliant. Hey, Morgan. We hope that you like that we have incorporated your idea for inspiration and motivation in today's show.
And Lydia and Stacy and Pamela and all these other fabulous ladies.
You're right, that asked and we're like, yes, help us out. So, are we ready to get started?
I think so.
I think we've kind of given them a few minutes. Everybody should be here that's ready to go for the beginning.
I want to make sure we talk about our fabulous hats too.
Yes. Like, these were a really fun Amazon purchase because she's like, should we wear Santa hats? And I'm like, of course, we're total dorks. We should definitely wear Santa hats. Like, psh. And I'm feeling like I should also wear mine in the salon when I do nails, like the days before Christmas.
I'm good. I'm good with that.
And I'm also thinking, like, I need to figure out how to incorporate my hair into it so that it's not quite so smashy at my eyebrows. Although I'm really glad that I had my eyebrows waxed last week if I'm going to wear it this way.
Okay, but look, I want us to see
Yes, they have the like really cool sequin things.
Yes.
So we kind of felt like they're a tribute to nail design because they're sparkly.
But it's not even shit
So,
there.
yeah. Because he is all about the push back and forth sequins. Oh, look, bonjour from France. Hello, France.
Oh,
That's
bonjour.
awesome.
Ça va?
So cool.
I mean, it's like, how you doing?
Okay. I'm like, "Ooh, that just went over my head. All right. So just to give you a quick introduction, for those of you that are new to the broadcast, my name is Holly. I'm also known as the Fingernail Fixer. My home base is Iowa, USA. And this is my BFF Mel, who is also...
Oh, Melissa Finch, also based in Iowa, USA. And it's cold here.
It's very cold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not much, no really snow.
Yes.
I know
You
I
need,
have...
like socks all the way up to your knees. It's so cold. Like, it's insane.
I know I've got some family members that are going to be very bummed if there's no snow by Christmas Eve. You know who you are.
Yes, yes, they do. And then she is also on social media as Mel's Tips of the Trade. So make sure you're following our personal pages. And for those of you that didn't catch the blog or the last broadcast, NailOn now has its own social media. So you can find it on YouTube for past broadcasts that you've missed. You can find it on Facebook, and you can find it on Instagram. And definitely let us know what type of content you would like to see on the NailOn channels, as well as future topics for the show, if there's something you would like us to cover.
But you need to search Nail On with Holly and Mel.
Yes.
Just Nail On was taken and we couldn't get the person to give it up.
Yes.
So Nail On with Holly and Mel.
Absolutely. And then we are also, just to quick cover, if you want to find future broadcasts, we are always on the second Monday of every month at 11 a.m. Central Time on the Nails Magazine Facebook page. And we love broadcasting from the Nails Magazine Facebook page because Nails is just so awesome. Oh, look, in Quebec. I love me some Canada.
Sure. Bonjour.
Yay. Brilliant. For future education, we love to talk about educational opportunities and networking events that are coming up. So if you have some favorites, be sure to shoot them to us. Either leave a link on the page, feel free to leave links in the comments during the shows, because we'd love to let people know what other things are going on. Some quick ones that I found just like typing in Nail Expo and they popped up on Google. There's a nail camp coming up in May that will be in Georgia. It is nailcamp.org, and I'll pop that into the chat link so you guys can click on that.
At least go pull up the link because their cover page is fabulous.
Right, it's really cool. Then also there's Northwest Nail Techs, which is in, I want to say October.
Like the Northwest?
Right. Yeah, it's on Vashon Island. It's this beautiful, beautiful camp on Vashon Island. It's so amazing. And so that one's in October if you want to do a class in the fall. There's also the Oregon Expo, the Oregon Nail Expo, and it's in May in Portland, Oregon. And I'm grabbing the link for that. And then coming up in January, all of this cold weather has me so stoked, is the Nail Talk Radio Nail Those Profits cruise. And this was started by Vicki Peters years and years ago. So it's so exciting that that is still going in her honor, because you just can't beat like a nail vacation. And we have classes while the ship is at sea. And so you end up having classes, but then when the ship is at port, we're at port. It's a total day off. So classes and beaches and snorkeling and ocean and nail friends, like...
By the way, Stacy says October 11th through the 14th.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you, Stacy. So that's the Northwest Nail Camp up in Vashon Island. So I have popped in some links for those. If you guys have links to some of the others, I know there are some over on the East Coast up in the Long Island area. I can't remember the exact name of it. And then I know there's one down in the Virginia, South Carolina area. There's the Smokies, there's the Premier Orlando, there's ABS Chicago, there is Long Beach, the ISSE Long Beach. So definitely post any links to the educational events or networking events that you know about and that you love, so that you can share them with all your fellow professionals. And yay, look at all the love. I think they're loving because of Zoe.
Say Zoe.
Like, isn't she the cutest? Look at her little winter bandana. It's got a little snowman on it. And she's a little foofy ball. All right. So, shall we talk about what today's show is about?
Well, I'd like to know, when are we going to announce who our special guest in January is?
Should we announce it live at the end of the show, or should we make them wait and see it on the page?
I think we should announce it live because I want to see reactions.
I don't know.
Okay.
It would be a really cool Christmas present. Oh, wait. Maybe not everyone celebrates Christmas.
No, they don't.
Maybe we should do it. Okay, you guys vote. The puppy is Zoe.
Yes, Zoe.
So, yeah.
Also known as Z Monster.
So we would like to see you guys vote. Do you want to know who the special guest for January is today? If you want to know today, go ahead and do thumbs up. We want to see the screen like flooded with thumbs up. And if we don't see a lot of thumbs up, then we'll know you want to wait until Christmas to find out who the special guest is.
Because we told them last month we would talk about it. Well, this month.
Right.
So we didn't
said
specify.
this month.
But
we didn't say we'd say it on the show. Oh, look. It looks like they want to know today.
All right.
All right. Oh, even hearts. Wow. All right. So we'll have to remember to tell them at the end of the show. You're in charge of remembering.
Okay. The end of the show, we got a big one.
Excellent.
I'm excited.
Oh, and they say do it live.
Do it live. All right.
All right. So, end of the show. I'm so excited.
Okay.
We've got some really amazing special guests lined up for next year. I'm so stoked. And some really cool educational stuff going on for next year. You want to tell them about today's show?
So today's show, we thought we would do... I kind of talked about it earlier as a competition. And I don't really want it to be a competition. We're more like an expo. We're going to each take 10 minutes and see how many nail designs we can do, holiday themed. So not just Christmas, but wintry holiday. And the point was to show how quickly some of these designs can be done in the salon. Some of this stuff I prepped up. We prepped tips so the base art is ready to go, and we'll explain what each one of them is. We are going to attempt to do a split screen. That didn't work so well last time, but we're hoping that we can get everything to cooperate this time. So I'm going to be working under camera while Holly's talking to you. She'll be timing me, and then we're going to switch, and she'll be working under camera while I'm talking to you, and hopefully this will all go smoothly.
Yes. And if for some reason the split screen should kick us off of Facebook like it has in the past, we will switch back to strictly one broadcast and we'll do everything under camera and just talk to you while you're watching the designs. So if you should lose us when we try to split screen, give us a couple seconds and refresh the Facebook page and we'll turn the broadcast back on.
Go ahead and talk while I'm trying to get this to...
All right. We're really excited about today because we want to give you literally 20 minutes of nail design ideas. And when Mel is demoing, she is the organized person of the two of us, which makes us a really good pair because I'm that one that's like, let's go with the flow. Let's just do it.
You're shocked, right?
Right. And so Mel has her designs all lined up and ready to go and laid out. And what I would like to do is kind of take some requests for things that you're struggling with or things you need ideas for. And if there's not anything that you need help with, then I'm just going to be like, you know what? The client just came into the salon. Shoot me a theme or shoot me something that your client says to you, and I'm going to show you how to wing it. Because a lot of the times you do have time to have planned out designs, which Mel can show you. And then sometimes the client comes in and you don't have a planned out design for them and they don't know what they want. They're just like, oh, you know, like maybe something holiday-ish for the party. And you're like, okay.
I don't know about you, but each holiday, each time December rolls around, I try and come up with like a signature look that year. Like this is designed for this year.
Yes.
And if you don't know what you want, you're getting this year's signature design.
That's really clever.
Which is usually something very pretty easy.
Right?
Yes.
My signature design every year is holly. That's like my signature holiday design. Right. It's shockingly crazy.
There was, speaking of your name makes me think of, a few years ago I was at one of my daughter's holiday choir concerts, and I don't know if you remember this conversation, but they were singing the song Holly, the Holly and the Ivy. And I just randomly texted Holly and said, I'm thinking about changing my name to Ivy. And she's like, question mark? Okay. I'm like, well, that way they can sing about us, Holly and the Ivy. And she's like,
right. The things that best friends come up with, you know? Insane.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to sit her down. Oh, cool. Jeanette said her signature design is also Holly.
Yay!
That's awesome. All right. Are you ready?
Think you need to invite me on there.
All right.
So I think I'm ready.
So I am going to go up and invite her to split screen. And remember, if the split screen kicks us off Facebook, we'll restart a new broadcast.
Yes.
All right. Everyone, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Ready?
Hope this works.
Okay. So I need you to make a comment. Lydian, the puppy, is Mel's, and her name is Zoe.
Yes. She's one of my fur babies. She's smaller than both my cats, and she thinks she's boss.
Ooh, apples when school starts is a really good signature idea, Pamela.
Yeah.
All right, there's Melissa. Trying to tap on you. Bring Melissa onto camera. Fingers crossed.
You're invited. Go live. Go. Yes.
Need to think about it for a second.
Apparently.
All right, it's thinking about it.
It's not responding. All right, should just be able to click that.
Yeah, maybe just give it a sec.
Okay.
In case it like literally needs to think about it a second. We'll spin this for just a second so that you can see the setup. Oh, Zoe in Greek means life.
Oh, sweet.
That's beautiful.
There we go. Ooh, feedback.
All right.
Turn down the volume.
How's that? Can you turn your volume on? It won't let me mute it completely.
No, because it needs to pick up my voice. Flip. Hey, there we go.
What if I go upstairs?
Yeah, how bad is the feedback on the voice? Bad. Okay.
Ask the audience. Like you can look here. Because they can see you through this camera. Is the feedback bad for you guys or just us? Hey Jade. Groovy Twilight Zone. Okay, so I'm thinking. Oh, she says it's horrible. It won't let us mute. Alright, I'm gonna take this upstairs.
And shut the door.
Where'd you go? The timer.
So you're gonna get a slight tour
of my house. This camera upstairs. All right, I'm gonna take this camera upstairs and see if we can get rid of the echo. Come in, Zoe. Okay. Does that improve it a little bit?
Oh, yes.
Did we get rid of the echo? All right, I'm under the impression that the sound is clear now.
I don't hear the echo nearly as bad, so I'm going to talk my way through the demos. You can look at Holly's beautiful face there, and then we are going to switch. Let me start my timer. Okay, starting now. There she is. So On this tip, I put 2 layers. Oh, I have dog hair. Imagine that. I put 2 layers of a red gel polish, and this doesn't seem to want to let me zoom, so I apologize that I can't get any closer than that. But 2 layers of gel polish, and this one was really, really simple. I have green foil, red foil, and I meant to cut a piece of gold foil. Let's do that real quick. No, the clock is ticking. The pressure. So gel polishes have a nice sticky finish. So foils stick to them pretty well. They stick better when it's fresh. But this has been sitting long enough, some of those solvents had dissolved and it's not as sticky. But it still gives you a nice, just red, gold, and green. I have one very similar to this sitting on my nail table at work, and I'm surprised how many people pick it up and say that's one of their favorites. Okay, next, I did a gold gel polish and a gold glitter and then sealed it in with a clear gel polish. Now I've got a silver gel polish. I'm going to put a layer of this silver over the gold. Get it fairly even, or hope even. Take a stylus. You can use multiple sizes if you like, whatever you're most comfortable with. And I'm going to draw a little swirly tree. If you let this polish, the gel polish, sit for a few minutes, it starts to dry a little bit more, so your carving becomes more clear. And it doesn't fill back in the spaces, kind of like this one was. And I'm going to carve out a little star up here for the top of my tree. You see that one? How are we looking, Holly?
Looks really good.
Okay, next one. We can take just a plain blue nail or any color that you like. Put a little bit of polish on a palette. I got out these extra big dotting tools so I can create a snowman.
Mel, Jeanette has a question. Are you carving on a non-cured polish?
On the carving one, the gold was a layer of gold polish or gold gel polish, glitter, then a layer of clear gel polish cured, and then put the silver layer on top and carve into the uncured layer of the silver.
Lydian suggested a swarovski or a rhinestone for the star on the tree, which is also a great idea.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's funny how these go a lot quicker in theory.
That's what makes it realistic for the salon.
Exactly. Then you could go back with a paint or a polish and give your snowman, after this dries a little bit, or if you want to do this with white gel polish and cure it, give your snowman some buttons, an eyes, and a nose. Okay, this one is a blue gel polish with a foil over it, a blue foil, and top coated. Then I'm going to take this clear puffy gel, just kind of bring us some on
For
the.
those of you that are just joining, Mel is doing 10 minutes of nail designs.
A clear puffy gel here. And I know it may seem kind of pointless for it to be clear. But then if you want to add a little bit of your bling to it, I have crystal pixies. Can you see that? You could even use, these are clear so they don't show up as much, but it's a subtle look. But you could also use a white glitter, or if you have white bullion, that works too.
Karen mentions it's summer over in New Zealand, so a snowman would be a fun idea for a holiday, even though it's summer season since Christmas is still the same time.
Yes, I have a friend that lives. I have friends that live in Australia, and their Christmas cards usually have Santa in Bermuda shorts.
Lydian suggests even scarf and hat for the snowman.
Exactly. So here's a red nail. Sorry, I get my hand in the way there. This is a stamping plate. I have noticed that if I want to prep up my stamping plate before I use it, literally just cleaning it off, I use my 99% isopropyl alcohol here. It seems to stamp better when I like prep it a little bit. This one is a plaid design. Wipe that all the way across there. Kind of mess up my work surface a little bit. Pick that up. Since this is the tip, I'm going to lay this flat. Give you a flannel look. Then you could go back and accent it with some white lines or some green lines. And it's recommended to clean off your stamper with like a lint brush. You shouldn't use liquids on your silicone stampers because it can deteriorate them, I'm told.
Kim is in shock that your nails aren't purple.
It's holiday, it's red, but yes, Kim, purple would be my preference.
And they also want to see which stamping plate that was.
Oh, excellent question. That is from yours. It's a Christmas miracle.
And I'll go grab the link and post it in chat.
Okay. They have their holiday stamping plates are two-sided, and I can't wait to try this one and put Santa on one nail and a reindeer, and a reindeer all the way across the other nail, so you've got Santa's sleigh flying across there. And their other one has lots of little individual, got a Christmas tree, gingerbread, Santa hat, snowflakes, all kinds of fun stuff. And I am down to 23 seconds, so.
Well done.
That only got me a couple done.
That's a great idea. She says stamping snowflakes with white gel and then sprinkling glow pigment on it before curing is a fun holiday design.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah, I like that idea. It's awesome.
Can I cheat and show just one more?
I think so.
Okay. This is one of my favorites. There's my timer.
Hey, Gemma. Now we've got the UK represented.
Excellent. So this is a pop-up gel. It's from Wildflowers.
Oh, Lydian says, give the first reindeer a Swarovski nose.
Exactly. Red Swarovski nose. So if you draw on, this nail is finished, top coated. I put some glitter on the bottom. I'm just going to real quickly here and kind of messy draw my snowflake. If I were at the table, I'd be taking a lot more time. God, that's
We're
lovely.
doing well, Christy.
Hi, Marco.
Hi, Marco.
That's just lovely. And then before you cure it, do a little bit of glitter will stick to it. So this is essentially like sugaring. Cure it, and you've got a nice frosty snowflake. All right. So that's it for me.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Lots of
thumbs up for Mel's ideas. Yay!
Oh, I hope so. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Said I prepped up a lot, but it goes a lot faster than you think it would.
It does.
It does.
Okay, so I'm gonna set us here with something to look at while Holly and I trade places. Holly, why don't you talk to him for a minute while I clean up my stuff so you don't have to get into my mess down here.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
So
for stamping plates, we would love to know what some of your favorites are. Go ahead and post some links in the comments for plate brands that you love, because that's one of the most common questions I get. Kim says if you use a small one from the middle of the stamping pad, how do you clean off the parts that you don't want?
How do you? Can I show you?
Yes.
Yes.
Would that be all right? Okay, let me try and isolate Santa here, because that's a great question.
Is it okay
if your cat's eating the tree?
No, she's trying to get your attention. Tell her to stop and behave herself.
I threw a dog toy at her.
Okay. See how we've got all that? Which actually looks kind of cool. You got all that city behind you. But if you wanted to isolate just one thing, let me get this out from behind there so you can see a little better. Take your scraping card. Okay, now it doesn't want to do it because it's dry enough. But you can also use a piece of tape to isolate.
And Lydian says also your lint roller, yes.
Yep. That's what I just resorted to. All right, I'm on my way up.
Excellent. So you need to help me remember, Karen has a request to show how to do some candy cane ideas. And we have a request for how to do some designs with a French manicure incorporated. And what was the other request? Oh, it's Kim's, and you just answered that. Jeanette says I got a new stamper and it won't pick up. Do I need to cure it somehow? Do you want to cover that while I set up? It won't pick up. Yeah, she's got a new stamper and it won't pick up. Has she picked up off the plate that she's using with other stampers?
And Karen says a Santa hat.
Okay. For your stamper that doesn't work as well for you. And I'm working on Holly's computer here. So give me some patience with me.
For the
For the stamper that doesn't necessarily want to pick up.
Hi, Christy.
Hi, Christy.
If
your
like my
favorite stamper is the clear one that I just used from Wildflowers.
That
usually works really well for me.
I
have had stampers that are
more your
generic type.
And if
they're
they're too
too slick across the top, I've taken a 240 grit file and roughed it up a little bit, and that makes it hold a little better. Does that answer that question?
And my
And my
cat is
trying to continue to eat the tree because she wants attention.
She's a brat.
She's a brat.
I am shocked. So someone mentioned needing detail brushes, and I posted a link for my favorites.
Okay.
These are what they look
My
like.
favorite detail brushes are the wildflowers ones. And
these are the Atwood with the little screw-on lids.
Yes. Those Atwood ones are really good too.
And then Mel likes the wildflowers brushes. I was going to show them under camera, but I don't see where you set them.
The wildflower brushes, they're up to your right. There's a couple of them there.
So there's a couple ideas for detail brushes. All right. I've already forgotten what the requests were. One of them was a Santa hat, right?
Santa hat, candy cane, and something to do with
a French.
Okay. So let me quick throw a French on this one. And I can't zoom in any closer since it's in Facebook Live, so I apologize that this is so far out. I'm just gonna really fast throw a French manicure on this nail, and we'll pretend that it's a traditional Forever French with pink and white.
With which type of white?
Naturally, it would be a pure white that doesn't look like the nails have been diluted and dipped in skim milk. So it's nice and crisp. But for today, I'm going to use a silver gel polish.
Okay.
I'm just going to really fast clean it up with one of my tiny brushes.
Holly, which kind of the brushes is it that you like best?
They're Atwood Industries. If you scroll up in the comments, I posted a link to them.
Did you start your timer?
Oh, no, because I'm prepping the background. That doesn't count.
I'll try and keep an eye.
I'm about to set the timer. I wanted to do this one to set it into cure. But now I'm being crazy about my
Well, I cheated a little too, so we're good.
All right, I'm ready to set the timer. Ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Ready, set, go.
Got lots of
Got
lights.
lots of lights. Got lots of thumbs up here.
Brilliant. I am going to dispense some red on a palette, as well as some white. And for a Santa hat, you want to use the pure white just so that it's not see-through, because you want to give it that kind of cotton fluff look or cotton ball look. And I'm going to use this for a background. I think it's really fun to do backgrounds with holiday designs, and foil is one of the easiest backgrounds to do because you just literally are like slap, slap, slap in the sticky layer. And I'm going to come in with a kind of slightly thicker detail brush, load it with some red gel polish or polish, whichever you're the most comfortable with, and draw a triangle. So it's literally just a triangle, and I'm not worried about the edges being perfect because the Santa hat is kind of felt. Once you have a rough triangle, I'm going to make this a little bigger since the nail is so long.
Or you could put glitter on it since it could be sequins.
Absolutely. Once you have your base triangle, come up here to the top and do a second triangle from the top. And notice that the base of this triangle is the top of the other triangle. And just fill that in with your red. Clean your brush out. If you're using a gel polish, you can clean your brush out with alcohol. If you're using a nail polish, you can clean your brush out with an acetone. Then come in with either a brush or a dotting tool. It's completely personal preference. I'm going to use a dotting tool and dot in the white and literally just make messy dots along the bottom of this triangle, because that's what gives it that fluffy textured look. If you go on and try to polish it perfect, it doesn't look fluffy. We want it to have some visual texture. So I've got my fluffy along the bottom. We'll get a little bit of fluffy right here for the tip. We've got our little puff ball. And then take a thin detail brush, run it through your white so that your white is going up the brush. There's not white loaded on the brush. And then right here between the two triangles, draw a little smile. And that's your crease. Throw that into cure, and there's your Santa hat. What was the other request?
There was something with a candy cane.
Candy cane, that was it. This nail is polished pink, so let's pretend it's red. And for candy canes, I like to do a variety of stripes using a little bit longer small detail brush. Roll the brush in your white gel polish. I think gel polish is the easiest for candy canes because you can clean it up. The trick to a candy cane look is instead of a straight stripe, give it a little bit of a curve. And I'm gonna make some of them really, really thick and some of them really, really thin. So for a thick one, I would really roll the polish onto the brush and then press the brush with some pressure as I polish it. And generally for candy canes, I'll come back in and touch up the white to get a really crisp white. To do the thin lines, roll the brush through the polish and then roll it off to the side so that there's not as much polish on the brush, and barely use any pressure when you pull your brush across the nail. Also, what will help you get a smoother line is to go from side to center instead of trying to go completely from one side to the other. And that variety in the stripes is what really makes it look like candy. You can also come in and do 3 little stripes together. And the nice thing about doing the candy cane design with a gel polish is you can go in and clean up with a brush, or you can go in and clean up with a stylus, going between your lines to smooth and crisp them out. So there's the candy cane idea. Does that help?
I like the pointer of the curved lines, then it makes it look more like that rounded cane.
Yes, it keeps it from just looking like a striped nail. Were those the request? Can I throw in some ideas?
Yes.
Excellent.
From what I see, I went back and looked, and yes. And we have a question.
Yes.
Shelley. She says, are you two related?
I wish. That would be awesome. I'll let you answer that while I'm getting out this stamping plate. I want to show you guys how you can take non-Christmas stamping plates that you may already have and turn them into Christmas designs. Go ahead and explain how we're related.
As far as Holly and I being related, not by blood, but definitely by heart
And by
nail soul. Holly and I met about 16 or 17 years ago when we both took our first C&D class together.
So we're nail sisters,
I guess you would say. Soul sisters.
All right. This nail has been polished in blue. You could use any color that you like. And after I polished it blue and cured that gel polish, I then polished a layer of silver. And before I cured the silver, I just took a fan brush and swiped across it. Fan brush. So that after the swiping, you get this really cool texture. And I think swiping silver across anything makes it look kind of snowy. So here's my little snowy background. Then I've got my stamping stuff. Wipe it on the plate. Pick it up. Got my design. Look at the nail. Check out my design through the clear stamper so I can put it where I want it. Roll it on there.
Yeah, the wildflower stamper, clear one, and the halo stamper, clear one are absolutely fabulous.
I would just clean up the excess on the skin. And what did I just stamp with? Does this need cured?
I don't know, what bottle did you pick up? What color is it?
This little.
Nope, it'll dry. It'll air dry.
Okay. Then I'm going to quick grab a few colors and just put a few dots of it on the palette. Maybe. All right, I'm going to use the red I already have dispensed. I guess we should have checked if these were clogged before we started.
Make sure they were shaped up very well.
Oops, we can't think of everything. Well, at least so far it's just the red, and I've already got red, so it's safe.
Okay.
So the way you can make this into a really quick and easy Christmas design is to do that string stamp from the Sasha Yours plate. Then grab your favorite dotting tool or stylus and come in and just put dots all over those tangled lines. And you don't have to put them in order. You don't have to put them in a specific way. Just literally go in and do really fast dots. Then you have Christmas lights without a lot of hassle and detail and craziness, because Christmas lights can be extremely time consuming. And not everyone has that much time for their nail appointment. Not everyone wants to pay for a design that takes time at their nail appointment. And this is a happy compromise. All right, I need a little more red. Ah! That 10 minutes went by way too fast.
It does go by fast.
All right, I'm going to finish this design.
I do have one quick question. There's one question on here. An angel design. What would you recommend for an angel design?
I would love to show that, because that is actually one of my specialties. I do angels at Christmas and on Mother's Day or birthdays for people that have lost loved ones. And I do not charge for them because it's a memorial design.
That's nice.
Since I used a gel polish for the red, I would have to cure that, but there's the holiday lights. Quick and easy.
Somebody commented they can't see the design very well. When we are done with the broadcast, I will take pictures of these and post them in the comments so you can see a better detail.
Does that help at all?
Yes.
All right, angel. Let's do...
We have 10 minutes before our hour is up.
Oh, so I'll do her as fast as I can.
Okay.
Wow, the hour went by fast as well. I'm going to use kind of a little bit thicker detail style brush. And I like to use white for the angels. I'm going to kind of load up the brush.
And I'm going to do the outline of a triangle. So I would literally just start in the center and do a swoop, start in the center and do a swoop. And notice that the edges really kind of fray out. I'm going to fill that in with some more swoops, continuing to let the edges fray. That's what gives the dress a really filmy, transparent look, like she's floating. Then using a smaller and shorter detail brush, roll some white into the brush. For the wings, the trick is to curve 3 lines, largest to smallest. So I'm going to start a little ways down from the top of the triangle and do a large curve. A medium curve at the same starting point, and a small curve from the same starting point. I'm just going to go back and touch up my large curve. Then on this other side, another large curve, a medium curve, and a small curve.
I love that we've been friends this long, and I'm still learning new designs from you.
Ditto. I love getting ideas off your Instagram. Now, in the salon, I will use a Swarovski for the angel's head that is the birthstone of the person they're memorializing. And then just draw a small curved line and a second small curved line up above for the halo. For this example, if you're just doing angels for a holiday design and it's not a memorial, you could just pick up some white and do a little head with white. And I like to go back in with the brush if you're going to do it with the white and kind of brush that out so it's also thin and filmy. Because we want the angel to have that cool transparency. If you wanted to add more detail, if you have more time, you can take black and slightly outline and put a few lines in the dress, or silver, depending on how you want that to look. So this is just a simple base design. You can definitely build from that and add on if you like. Do we have other questions?
No, just a comment. Marcy says she likes Koopa brushes.
Awesome. Can she post a link for that?
Yeah, Marcy, can you please post a link to the Koopa brushes?
Our French manicure design, really quick for her. Something that you can do that I do often in the salon is do holly in the corners. You can also do a snowflake. Snowflakes don't have to be white, they can be silver. So I'll just, oh duh. I did silver on the tip. If your tip was white, you could do silver. Since my tip is silver, I'm going to do white. Now I remember why I did that. It's easy to get distracted.
You're getting lots of thumbs up and hearts.
Yay. So literally just come in here and do a snowflake. And one of my favorites to do is just some little V's. See if I can get up here so you can see them. And just kind of start at the corner of the French manicure and do a bunch of small little V's coming out from that line. And then finish it off with a little line. Then from this other side, you can have another one coming out. Yes, my person wouldn't be turned that direction, would they? And do the small V.
I'm sitting here trying my head, looking at all the different angles we're doing stuff.
Yeah, oops. Sometimes you have to remind yourself when you're practicing to practice if it was a client.
Marcy posted a link. Thank you, Marcy.
Then down here where there's not really room to do the whole thing, I would just do half of the V's. And same thing here, I would just put some edges. So then that's how you can kind of add to a French manicure. You can make the snowflake slightly fancier by using a small stylus and doing some dots from in between the two lines. Or 3, depending.
I like how adding little dots to designs just helps set them off.
Yes. So the French manicure, you can do a lot of the holiday things that you're used to doing. Just kind of think of doing them from the corner or incorporating the line of the French manicure. I've also done a thin line of black across the French manicure and then done alternating colored dots for Christmas lights. Does that give everyone some quick and easy design ideas for the holidays?
Oh, we got lots of comments on love the designs, love how these look, look so easy.
Brilliant. Do you want to head back down?
And we do have a question about either one of us having any master classes coming up. I do not have any scheduled. Do you?
I do have a Grandmaster weekend scheduled for next year in October in Nashville. And I can look those dates up. Do you want to head down this way and we'll switch back to just that one?
Yes, ma'am. Sarah, you're looking at my ceiling there? That.
Pop this back up.
And as soon as that's there, I'll hang up on this. Oh, you did? Okay.
Oh, duh, they're looking at me. Hey, there's the nail room again. All right. So let me go on my calendar to tell me masterclass dates. And then we need to talk about motivation and inspiration.
Yes.
So on October 6th, 7th, and 8th, I will be doing a Grandmaster weekend in Nashville next year. So for those of you that asked about that, there's your notes on that. Did we have any other questions that we need to answer before we talk about motivation?
I don't think so. Not that I saw. Just trying to keep an eye on things.
Comments? Okay.
Yes.
Cool. So let's have a, I'm going to guess if you need some chat about motivation and that, you won't mind if we go a little past our usual hour. Those of you that need to get going, we're sad that you need to get going, but you can definitely catch the recording of the broadcast on the Nails Magazine page or on the NailOn YouTube. So,
do we want to make our announcement before they go with the hour mark, or?
Oh.
She's like holding on to this real tight.
Yeah, it's just so.
It is cool.
All right. That could also contribute to the inspiration and motivation.
You take it away.
So we will make the announcement about our January guest, and then we'll have a little bit more chat about some ideas for staying motivated and inspired during the holiday season when you're so busy and just really frazzled. I know in the salon, it's like you get to the end of your 12 to 14 hour day and you're like, whew, and then you've got to do your own nails.
Yes.
I had a cancellation last week,
Yes.
so I've got really sweet Christmas sweater nails. I'm stoked. All right. You want to do it?
Nope. It's your thing.
Are you sure?
You started it. You got it rolling.
All right. How about if we say it together? Think
We
can
can time it right?
I think so.
Okay.
Our special guest for January will be our first special guest of the year. Our guest in the iPad is
Jen Arnold.
Commentary. And we're going to talk about basically business building and the pillars of building your business and ideas for keeping your business successful. And I feel like she definitely has a lot to contribute for ideas, for history. She's seen a lot of history in the nail industry.
She's got 40 years of history in the nails industry.
Yes, she's got 40 years of history.
And then, should we tell them the April guests?
Might as well get them all excited for next year.
Right? Do you want to know our first 2 guests of the year? We decided not to do a guest every single broadcast so that we could bring you still education, things like the nail demos. And so
our interesting,
right, our just
weirdo personalities. Yes.
Our guests for April are the amazing Jim and Linda Nordstrom. So we're really excited to bring you that caliber of guest next year. And I can't tell you how excited I am for further guests that we have planned throughout the year. And we have every intention of keeping that quality of caliber of guest on the broadcast. So definitely let us know who you'd like to see. If you have questions for Jan or Jim and Linda, definitely send those to us so that we can forewarn them, hey, this is some things that people would like to know, so we can make sure there's time in the broadcast for that. So I think they're happy about those guests. I'm seeing a few hearts in, right? Like, just amazing people with so much to contribute to us. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, when Holly texted me and she's like, guess who we're going to have as a guest? I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Wow.
Right. It's really cool.
Yes.
So let's chat about motivation.
Yes.
Some days, especially now when we're so frazzled, it's really hard to stay on top of your game and just be really excited every day. Sometimes in the morning it's like, ugh, I have that one client on my schedule today. Can I just be sick? I really, really don't want to deal with her. And if you're the only person in the salon, you really, really have to deal with her if you are keeping her on your books. And so going into the salon every day thinking that you're fortunate to be there, you're fortunate to have a career that you love. Because I know some people wake up in the morning and they hate their jobs. Like, absolutely detest what they do. And they're just doing it to make a living. And so we are fortunate that we get to do something we love. And this time of year when people are maybe not as friendly as they could be because they're frustrated from shopping, they're tired from the extra work and family functions, it's up to us to still bring that cheer to them. And so just kind of have a morning routine. Like, I have some Christmas music that I listen to in the morning. For those of you that have to listen to the Christmas music in the salon all day, that may not be your gig. One of my other best friends is a dog groomer, and she listens to the song Break Things in the morning before work to get like all that frustration and aggression.
And I remember having one of those days. It Break Things is my go-to song.
Yes.
If you don't know it, it's by Limp Bizkit. Look it up.
Right? And so there are just all kinds of ways to motivate yourself. Music is one of my favorites. A song that I tell my clients about this time of year because they get so frustrated with family is the Whatever song. It's like la 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 whatever.
Oh yes.
La la.
Forgot about that one.
And so I make my clients listen to that during their appointment and then text them a link to the YouTube video so that anytime they're getting really frustrated with family, they listen to that and they giggle not only at the salon or at the song, but at the memory of me telling them it's whatever. Like, it's going to be okay. This is momentary madness. And so you can find inspiration from yourself if you're not finding it from the world around you with that motivation. How about you?
I'm echoing pretty much everything you were saying. The morning Christmas music, the salon that I work in plays Christmas music, and it's a lot of stuff that I recognize. But my absolute favorite for Christmas is Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Mm-hmm. So I crank them up every morning.
Yes.
And while I'm getting ready for work, on the way to work. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we hope that seeing some really quick ideas from us will help you also with inspiration. And when you have people bring in those things off of Pinterest, make sure you're charging for that. I have an option on my menu that is literally Pinterest upgrade. That's what I call it, the Pinterest upgrade. And if their appointment takes over a certain amount of time because of that design time, they have to pay the Pinterest upgrade. And depending on how complicated it is, the price ranges. And I cover that while they're wrapped up in the wraps so that they know at the end of the appointment this is what the price for that upgrade is going to be. And they can choose at the beginning of the appointment how complicated they want their design, how much they want it to look like that from Pinterest, or if they just want to use the Pinterest design as an inspiration and do something similar without trying to duplicate it exactly.
Since I work in a salon and we have a front desk that books all of our appointments, just to simplify things, I have a regular, gel nail manicure, and I have a gel nail manicure with art starting at 15 minutes and adding an additional $10. And I will tell them I will do whatever I can in 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And so that's another way to incorporate it in and make sure you have the time to do it, but also to make sure the client has an expectation of how much it's going to cost them to do it. Because we should not be doing our designs complimentary.
No. And like with my schedule is so tight, and I don't necessarily have a lot of control what gets booked during the day. If somebody's going to want art, they know they need to book it with an art appointment, because I don't necessarily have a lot of wiggle room.
Right. And I think carving is one of the fastest, easiest ways to incorporate designs. I have carved in just some like swoops and stripes and swirls that look like holiday ornaments. Just use a glittery base color, put a solid cream color over the top of it, or a shimmery color like a red, a green, and then carve your design in, because you're still just doing 2 layers of polish, which you would have done anyway. The carving doesn't take that long, especially if you're just doing an accent nail. And then you've incorporated that design almost into your regular appointment time without adding a lot of extra time, and you've still satisfied that client with a holiday design.
My 2 favorites would be adding glitter and foil.
Yes.
Foil is the quickest way to add nail art, especially if it's just an accent nail. We're talking like 5 seconds, 10 seconds tops. Just done. Top coat.
And a quick pointer for foil. Do you have a jar of foil handy? A quick pointer for foil, especially when you get it in these little jars like this, is to open up the jar and just either leave it in the jar or pull it out, and take your scissors and cut through here and through here. Because once you cut through the entire coil on both sides, this becomes tons of strips of foil. So every time you go to do a design with foil, you're not uncoiling this whole thing, snipping off a little thing, rolling it all back up into the container. It's already cut into little pieces, and you just reach in and snag a piece. That makes it a lot easier to quickly grab foil in the salon for your designs and be able to quickly grab multiple colors.
Another pointer about foil is some foils like this actually has a little bit of a powdery substance on the back, so it keeps it from sticking to each of the layers actually in the container. If you take a little bit of rubbing alcohol and wipe off that powder, sometimes you can get it to stick a little better.
Looks like... Oh, Karen says she likes to play John Denver Rocky Mountain Christmas for her inspiration.
Okay, for the record, I'm not a big John Denver fan. Not my favorite thing. However, on the Muppets album, they've got a duet with John Denver, which is one of my favorites. So yes, I'm going to show my age there. I like the Muppets.
And any other... The Rockstar nails you taught us in school are awesome, says Pamela.
Glitter.
Yep, glitter is always holiday friendly. Yes. And it looks like that is all the questions and comments. If you have any further ideas for inspiration and motivation that you'd like to share with everyone, even though we are having to go off the broadcast to keep it in a somewhat timely fashion, we can continue to have some conversation in the comments.
Yes.
You can also head over to the NailOn page and have conversations with us by leaving comments. We love to hear from you. We love your ideas. And we find inspiration and motivation from the nail community.
Yes, I posted a picture yesterday, comparison for 2 different backgrounds. I did red and silver nails, and one of the backgrounds turned out really good, and one of the backgrounds I chose, I did a silver glitter nail and a silver glitter background, and the nail literally like disappeared.
Nice.
So I was
like
commenting,
a green screen.
Yes. But somebody commented on the post that they use 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. So you could have all different holiday backgrounds.
I actually just bought one at the Dollar Tree, and it's literally Dollar Tree or Dollar General. Now I forget. One of the two. And it's literally a 5-pack, Dollar General. It's literally a 5-pack of glitter paper. I found it in the poster section. And it has 5 different colors of glitter paper. And it was $1.
I'm on it.
Now I have 5 different colors of glitter backgrounds for my clients. And they were cracking up this week when I was taking their Christmas design photos, because I would take a picture on one color and then from your suggestion take a picture on another color to see which one that I like the best.
I always do multiple backgrounds. My clients are like, okay, but change
Right,
paper.
they don't move their hands. Yes, mine are
just-
trained as well. It's fabulous. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your Monday to join us. We appreciate every one of you, and we send out our love and holiday wishes, whatever you celebrate, wherever you are. We hope that you have a wonderful holiday season. And as always,
Nail on.
Bye.